I'm Eliza, and today we are going to do a few different games and instructions that you can follow along with your eyes closed, okay? So feel free to relax, get comfy, and close your eyes. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is something new, a new game, and I'm going to play a little tune on this finger piano that I have here. It sounds like this. And I'm going to play a few notes, and I want you to tell me when the tune changes, okay? I think it will make sense when we do it. So this is your first little tune. Good. 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 I find it kind of tricky for me to talk to you and to remember the tunes. Let's try just one more time. I think you did very, very well. Okay, let's begin again. This is your new tune. Let's go. Good. Yep. Good. 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 I lost where I was, but I think this is it. Okay. Well done. Let me know if you enjoyed that and would like to play it again. The next thing that we are going to do is a kind of categories game. So when I click my fingers, I want you to say something within the specific category, okay? So first of all, when I click my fingers, I want you to tell me an animal, okay? So, are you ready? Good. 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 Okay, and out of those three animals, which would you rather be able to speak to? Okay, interesting. Now I'd like you to tell me cities. When I click my fingers, tell me a city. Okay. Good. Good. And out of those 4 cities, where would you most like to live for a year, let's say? Very nice. Next, I'd like you to tell me a type of weather, okay? A weather phenomenon. Are you ready? Good. Good. Okay. And out of those 3 types of weather, which would you rather have all the time? Like if you only have one type of weather where you live, which would you rather have forever? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Next, I want you to think of comfort foods. Okay, a comfort food. Are you ready? Okay. Which of those 3 comfort foods did you cook most recently? Or if you don't cook those comfort foods, which did you eat most recently? I was thinking of comfort foods that I make for myself, so that's why I was thinking that. But maybe your comfort foods is like a takeaway or something that your mum makes or something. So which did you eat most recently? Okay, nice. I think most recently my most recent comfort food was beans on toast. That's definitely my comfort food. Next, I want you to think of girls' names, okay? Are you ready? Good. Okay. Out of those 4 girls' names, which would be the best name for a villain? Which is the most kind of villainous sounding name? What do you think? Okay. And can you imagine this villain with this name? Imagine what colour hair they have. Imagine what colour eyes they have. Imagine what kind of clothes they wear. Are they like a very well-dressed villain, like Cruella de Vil kind of style? Or I was thinking of Wilhelmina Slater, because I've been watching Ugly Betty, so in my mind she's very well dressed. But maybe it's a villain, maybe they're a witch and they're dressed like a witch, or maybe they have a specific outfit that is specific to their kind of villainy. What kind of outfit are they wearing? Okay. And their sidekick, their loyal sidekick, what do they look like? And is it a person or is it an animal? Maybe they just have an evil cat or dog. That's their kind of sidekick. Or is it a person who is with them with their villainy? Okay. I like your imagination. Let's do one more round. I want you to tell me a celebrity when I click my fingers. Are you ready? Okay. Good. Good. Okay. Out of those 4 celebrities, who would you rather have dinner with? Who would you rather invite to your house for dinner? It has to be at your house, and you have to cook for them. And it has to be a proper meal. Just 2 courses. You can do 3 courses if you like, but at least 2 courses. And yeah, who would you rather? out of those 4 celebrities you said to have for dinner at your house? Okay, I think that's a good choice. Next, I want us to do some trivia questions. Okay, so I have some questions here. Question number 1. How many legs does a spider have? How many legs does a spider have? Good, it is 8. 8. I'm not gonna lie, I always forget if spiders have 6 or 8 legs, but that's a me problem. What is the name of the toy cowboy in Toy Story? The cowboy in Toy Story. Good, it is Woody. Woody, good. What is the color of an emerald? What color is an emerald? Good, it is green. Green. I don't know if you can get any other color emeralds. Like, I know that sapphires are usually blue, but you can also get white sapphires. So anyway, I'll have to research later. The next question. Whose nose grew longer every time he lied in a folk tale? Which character? Which character's nose grew longer every time he lied? Good, it is Pinocchio. Pinocchio, well done. Next question. What is the largest mammal in the world? The largest mammal in the world. Good, it is a whale. A whale. Okay. How many colors are in the rainbow? How many colors are there in the rainbow? How many? It is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. 7. There are 7 colors in the rainbow. I wonder, when you think about the colors in the rainbow, do you have to remember using a memory tool like Richard of York gave battle in vain, or something like that? Or do you just know them? Because I think that I just know them. I feel like I just kind of work it out. I know that it starts with red, so then the rest just follow. But I think that maybe that's not that common. Maybe a lot of people have to remember a mnemonic device. I don't know. My next question. Who is the patron saint of Ireland? Who is the patron saint of Ireland? It is St. Patrick. St. Patrick, of course. Next question. In which capital city would you find the Eiffel Tower? In which capital city would you find the Eiffel Tower? Good, it is Paris. Paris. Which singing voice is the highest pitch? Soprano, tenor, or baritone? Which singing voice is higher? Soprano, baritone, or tenor? Good, it is soprano. Soprano. And final question. A scientist who studies rocks is called what? A scientist who studies rocks is called what? Good, it is a geologist. A geologist studies rocks. The next game that I want us to play is another categories game. This time I'm going to say a category and we'll play that if you say something different to me, then you get a point. And then the next round we'll play again, but the other way round, okay? So for this round, you have to say something different to me to get a point, okay? So the first category is something yellow. Think of a yellow thing and something different than me. Okay, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Duckling. I said a duckling. If you said a duckling, then you don't get a point. If you said anything else, then you do get a point. Well done. The next category is going to be country. Let's say an African country to narrow it down. A country in Africa. Okay, have a think. 3, 2, 1. Ethiopia. I said Ethiopia. If you said Ethiopia, you do not get a point. The next category is going to be breakfast food. A breakfast food, something you usually eat at breakfast. Okay, have a think. 3, 2, 1. Toast. I'm gonna say toast. If you said toast, you do not get a point. I'm sorry. The next category will be Disney princesses. A Disney princess. Have a think. A Disney princess. 3, 2, 1. Jasmine. If you said Jasmine, I'm sorry, you do not get a point. Okay. Next category will be sports. Let's say a sport. Okay. Have a think. 3, 2, 1. Hockey. I said hockey, and I mean field hockey. So I think if you said hockey and you meant ice hockey, then I think you still get a point. Okay. But otherwise, if you said hockey, you do not get a point. The next category is stationery, an item of stationery. Something like in the office or in the workplace or in school. Some stationery. Okay. Have a think. 3, 2, 1. Laminator. Laminator. The best piece of stationery. The most fun to use. Maybe not the most common, but a very good piece of stationery is a laminator. If you said laminator, I'm sorry, you do not get a point. The next category will be a room in the house. A room in the house. Have a think of a room in the house. 3, 2, 1. Kitchen. Kitchen. If you said kitchen, you do not get a point. Next category and the final category will be a fruit. A fruit. Okay. Have a think of a fruit. 3, 2, 1. Pomegranate. Pomegranate. If you said pomegranate, you do not get a point. I'm sorry. Pomegranates are my favorite fruit, by the way. If you were wondering. Okay. Now let's go back and do the same categories, but this time you have to say the same thing as me to get a point. Okay. And I've already said one thing, so we're narrowing it down slightly in each category. So the first category is something yellow. So try to think of what I'm gonna say. Okay, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. The sun. I said the sun. If you said the sun, congratulations, you get a point. The next category is a country in Africa. An African country. 3, 2, 1, Egypt. If you said Egypt, you get a point. Well done. The next category is breakfast food. Breakfast food. Have a think. 3, 2, 1. Eggs. I'm going to say eggs. I'm specifically thinking of scrambled eggs, but any kind of eggs, you can get a point. Okay, well done if you said eggs. The next category is Disney princess. A Disney princess. Have a think. 3, 2, 1. Rapunzel. Rapunzel from Tangled. I suppose. Oh yeah, she is a princess, isn't she? She doesn't become the queen at the end. She's a princess. Never mind. I'm sticking with my answer. Rapunzel. If you said Rapunzel, well done. You get a point. The next category is sports. A sport. 3, 2, 1. Swimming. I said swimming. If you said swimming, congratulations, you get a point. The next category is stationery. Stationery. 3, 2, 1. Ruler. I said a ruler. If you said ruler, well done. The next category is a room in the house. A room in the house. There's not many options, so we have to really lock in. I think we can get this. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Bedroom. If you said bedroom, then you get a point. Well done. And the final category is fruit. Fruit. 3, 2, 1. Kiwi. If you said kiwi, then congratulations, you get a point. Okay. Very well done. And that is the end of that game and the end of our time together today. Well done for playing along and following my instructions. I hope you have enjoyed and are feeling a little bit more relaxed than at the start. Okay. I'll leave you now to just rest and relax. Okay. I'll see you soon. Bye.